Hello you guys, so today we're going to be doing a video on the NVIDIA GeForce 7300GS. This is one of those graphics cards that I actually had to rebuild. The capacitors on them went bad, so I believe back when these were coming out around 2005, 2006, a lot of the capacitors were pretty much known to fail at this rate. I guess because it's been over 20 years at this rate. Um, but yeah, this is the card we're looking at. It's a NVIDIA GeForce 7300GS. Alright, so we'll go over the specs. Alright, so what I'm looking at here, we got 4 TMUs, 2 ROPs, 256 megabytes of RAM, DDR2, 64-bit. Alright. Alright, so this card was released in January 18th of 2006. It's got a GPU clock of 450 megahertz, a memory clock of 266, an effective of 532 megabytes per second. There we go. Right, and graphics features, DirectX 9, OpenGL 2.1, and shader model 3.0. Alright, as it also offers a low power 23 watt TDP. Suggested that you use a 200 watt PSU, which at this rate we've had, a lot of us are running a much higher than that. This is definitely a old card. What applications would be good for this card? Well, I'll kind of show you a little bit and how it runs these games, but mostly, retro stuff. We're not really going to be able to run too much new stuff. It's going to be difficult because it's, it's an older card. So yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. Our outputs, we have DVI, VGA, S-Video, so we don't even have HDMI. What I do is take the DVI and then I'll just literally use the DVI to HDMI. It's not the best route to go do that, but that's what I do. Alright, so here is our driver that we're using. I actually accidentally downloaded a Windows 7 64-bit because I was trying to run the Windows 7 test bench. It didn't work out so well, so we got this one here. It's working, which thankfully it's driver version 307.83, released on Tuesday, February 26, 2013. So this is either or for Windows 7 32-bit or Windows Vista 32-bit. We're going to be using it on the old Barb 2.0. If you guys know the channel a little bit, Barb 2.0, it literally came from Barbara. I don't know who Barbara is, but yeah, that's what we named the computer. So yeah, so we got that. I looked up a few of the recommended games just for that card. For the most part, I'm looking for stuff in that era, but I'm gonna be trying just about a little bit of everything. Teslagrad as well. So you guys know Teslagrad. I think it came out in 15 or possibly between 15 and 17. It might have been 2017. It's a newer game. I did order quite a few games for this setup, and I thought I would do better. I really thought I was going to get the Windows 7 rig going, but it just didn't happen because, same old, you need internet to be set up, and then I bought a key for it. It's a full mess. But, yeah, these are the games I picked up. We're going to be trying to play whatever games we can. Again, Alan Wake we're probably not going to play. Hitman 1 and 2, we got Blood Money, Silent Assassin, Just Cause, Painkiller. I picked up all these because I like the games, and I feel like they would run. We're going to be trying The Witcher 2. It's newer, but we'll test it out. A few of these games, of course, we're not even really going to look at because it's just not going to run on this card. Why do I bring these older cards up? I have them, and the channel, it's kind of old tech and new tech, so I don't mind kind of going back and trying to figure out what we could do. We got Fallout 2, Fallout 1. I really do want to try Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. Flatout 2, you guys know we play Flatout 2 a lot here. The Witcher, I don't know if Destroy All Humans is going to work. I did pick up Mountain Blade Warband Napoleonic Wars. I just don't think we are going to be able to do that, which kind of sucks, but we're going to show you guys kind of what this card's all about. And that should be that for that. So we're going to get over to Barb 2.0. So this is what happens. You know, Barb, the original, actually came out of a Dell, and it had a Windows key, and then we just moved our one drive over to the other, and then we get this. So that sucks. It's a Dell OEM key that was given with it, with the drive. Initially it was genuine, now it's just screwed up. So that's kind of what sucks about these. Got a little dubby, guys. A little dubby hydration. So yeah, let's get into it. First off, I like to show the specs of the system. How do I like to do that? I usually use performance test or passmark. I'm not going to be doing a overall benchmark of it. I might do 3D Mark because they're it's a little faster. Let's see if this is going to work. We just have to run through that. Okay. Alright, so let's get into our system specs if it loads. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Alright, our processor is a older but still good Intel Core 2 Quad Q9400, clocked at 2.66 gigahertz. It's Yorkfield. These are, you know, they have the duos, the quads, pretty good in my opinion. I do think overclocking them was a little difficult. They're on the LGA 775 platform, which is kind of like a dead platform at this point, but I'm sure people are still using it for the retro stuff, which in my opinion is really good for. There we go. So yeah, Q9400 was our RAM. What we got? 4 gigabytes of RAM. I believe it's a single stick. Okay. We're using a 223. Actually, we're using an SSD for the main, and then we're using a 5400 RPM for the game drive, which I shouldn't be doing, but that's kind of what we have for this. We're hoping to upgrade this rig soon. A lot of these cards I'm going to be donating because I just don't have all the space for all my graphics cards, which absolutely sucks. But here we go. So we have our NVIDIA Geforce 7300GS. Shows that it's got driver 307.83, and I did have to set our monitor, instead of 1080, it actually has to be set to 1024 by 768, which is the native for this graphics card because it's so old. They're able to run at different resolutions, but they can't run at, you know, more modern resolutions like 1080. A lot of difficulty if you're trying to play games. It's not going to work out very well. There might be a way around it. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's that. Let's get into the game. Actually, you know what? Let's get into the benchmarks. 3D Mark 06. Let's see how this works. Yeah, so hopefully we could benchmark this. We'll talk a little bit more. Is it compatible with certain visual elements? Windows. Let's figure that out. Hopefully we could skip through this. Alright, let's close that out. Alright, so we're gonna run 3D Mark, like I said, at the native. Okay. See if this even works. Alright, so she is going. It's not great though, but we'll run through this a little bit, get like, you know, 200 frames, just see how we're feeling. But as you guys can see, 3D Mark 06 is absolutely having a rough time. So that's that. We'll sit on this for a little bit. So let's see, 7300. I just kind of want to go over the market for these at the time when they came out. Alright, you know, who might have wanted one of these? I'm pretty sure, like I said, I believe they were budget friendly. Says here, so they were released in January 18, 2006 as an entry-level sub $100 budget graphics card. So this literally would have been a budget card. Now, I wonder what like its main competition was, because back in 2006, I wasn't really in the game working on these systems. It was kind of aimed at Windows Vista, so it actually works out because we're running a Windows Vista 32-bit right now. Price point, like I said, $100 in Europe. I believe is priced around 69 euros. Target audience, somebody that wanted DirectX 9 capabilities without buying a high-end card. I would assume the 7300GS was something, I mean, in my opinion, maybe in like 2008, 2009. If you're buying this card, I'm assuming it was more like you needed an HDMI type deal. Well, in this case, it's not even an HDMI. You just needed a video output at that point. Was praised for low noise operation, lack of external power connectors, and pretty high definition video rendering. Apparently up to 1080i. I haven't been able to do that, but yeah, definitely interesting. So it had a pretty large market. You know, the amount of people that are actually buying it. Like I said, I think it was mostly they just wanted kind of like a card to put in there just for visuals. It wasn't really a high end, but I don't believe it was quite a low end, but not something you weren't gaming super heavy on it back then. So here you can kind of tell. But yeah, I think we'll call it there. We're getting 2 FPS, around 2 FPS in 3D Mark 06, which is not great. Okay. Get our task manager going. Okay. Alright, so 3D Mark 06, there is Vantage. I don't really want to mess around too much. Let's do Warband. See how it runs. I think it'll run fine, but see if I could just get fraps going. Okay. Alright, fraps is going, and are we? Yep, there we go. So, should be looking at a nice flat 60. You know, this is kind of the card we want to use with this game, I believe. I think this would be like a lot of the cards I use for this game shouldn't really be matched up with this game, but this one, the 7300GS, kind of seems like it's pretty fitting for this card. So see how we do. Enter the arena. We're gonna fight. We're gonna battle in the arena. Ooh, oh, okay, okay. This is actually one of the first cards. This is one of the first cards I've had that has struggled, that I've used on this game. Yeah, it's actually the first. Ooh, I'm getting beat down bad. Oh, they're coming for me. Oh, I'm done. It's over. Alright, yeah, I'm getting beat down pretty bad. This is the first game I've played. The first graphics card I've used. that has had issues with this game. It's 23 FPS. This is rough. Let's see if I can get him. I don't even know if I can get him. Oof. Oh, I thought I had him. I'm sure my reactions are bad with the mouse and keyboard too. There's no way. Not a double team. Oh man. Okay, we can run. We can run. And we're running. Oh, someone was knocked unconscious. How close is he? Oh, no, no. Okay. All right. This is going to be a key point. Now, can we overclock this card? Possibly. It's just not worth it. I mean, you're thinking about overclocking this old of a card, and this is actually the one we replaced the capacitors on it. So, I mean, it's probably just going to end up burning up the memory chips, in my opinion, if I were to. So that's not something I'm going to do for this playthrough. But okay, and why not save for the next time? All right, and we are going to get on to our next game if it lets us. Okay. All right, so we played Mount Blade Warband. Like I said, it actually had some difficulties on there. It's a little something odd. We'll do Age of Empires 2. We'll probably just skip over Age of Empires 1. I mean, I do think it's going to be able to play this game. I notice there's no FPS counter on the top. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. We do single player, campaign. There we go. Barbosa for Barb. All right. See if we can run on through. So you guys can see we're getting plenty. I haven't played this game in absolutely forever, so honestly don't even remember what we got to be doing. I think these guys, the settlers, you got to have them doing like a task, foraging, doing all that. Yeah, so now I have seen there are mobile versions of this game now, so can be played on the phone. I think it's Age of Empires 3 though, so prefer this one over 1 and 2 over 3 for sure. So, but see how we do. Let's run our guys in and see what we're doing. Is there anywhere we can actually attack? So we can take these out. It looks like it did jump down to, oh, it's jumping down to 600. This game really easy to run. If you guys haven't played Age of Empires already, it's a pretty fun game. I beat it. I beat a lot of the expansion packs as well. I really liked the game a while back. So yeah, it's pretty fun. There is Age of Empires 3. I think there's Age of Empires 4. The third one, it got a little weird in my opinion, and the overall, it just didn't work out for me, and the online wasn't very good in my opinion. But yeah, so that is that. We're gonna get on to our next game. I'm pretty happy to say that one actually ran, so that's good. Let's go for it. We'll go for the new one. I'm not going to do Conquerors because, again, that's just an expansion pack of, I forget if that's the first or second one. This is Teslagrad. Like I said, I believe this came out in 2017. So I like to put these games on because it's a little bit on the newer side. Not that it's new, but, you're running a pretty new game on a really old card that came out almost probably 10 years prior to this game actually being released, which usually pretty rough. It's not really optimized for this game. There was the final update for this game. Well, not this game, but the final update for the graphics card for Vista 32-bit in 2013, so I guess, you know, it's good to know, I guess. But that's still 4 or 5 years prior to game release, so. Oh yeah, so far, like I said, if we're getting 60, we're looking in a pretty good range. Playable for me, I like it to be 36 and above, 40-ish. For me to play it. But playable, technically, is usually for most people around 30. Oh, he's about to get me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. So, yeah, this game's in a playable range. They have, I think there's other editions, too, that came out. They're, like, fully redone, and I haven't really looked into those too much, but I might even have them on Steam. There we go. So we're running through. There we go. Totally, I cannot see anything low enough. We're chugging on by, though. It's good. This plays pretty good. Again, this card's not for those that are looking for modern day graphics card. It's more or less for retro stuff. So if you're interested in like retro gaming, it's usually a pretty good good step. Good card for that, at least. Oof, oof. Okay. I'm just letting him catch up. Alright, I think we're gonna... Alright, so we just hit 43, I think? Now, does he climb is the question. Does the other guy climb? Oh. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that sucks. Oh, he doesn't... Alright, yeah, that's pretty exciting. Does he climb is a great question. He does break through walls. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to be using Barb 2.0 again. So this is fun. It's great because these computers, it really wasn't as many issues as what I'm coming across with the Windows 11, which is crazy. Even for Vista. For Vista, usually that you come across a lot of issues, but I already have this one set up to some extent, other than the graphics card. So I guess that's why. But I didn't really think I was going to be pulling this rig out anytime soon. But I was like, you know what? I gotta do something with these cards. I have so many of them. Alright, Tesla Grad. We were having issues with Saints Row 2 the last time we played it. It's a 64-bit situation, I think. But let's check it out. Also, we're running it on 256 megabytes of RAM. So, was there a model that was 512 megabytes? I don't really know. But let's check it out real quick. Byte model. Let's check right here. No, there was never a native 512 megabyte model of the NVIDIA Geforce 7300GS. So base was actually 128 megabytes. This was the upper model, the 256 megabyte model. So yeah, pretty insane to be honest. Okay, all right, let's get into it. I don't think this game is gonna run. Yeah, I don't see this game running. We're in the cutscenes. Not even in the cutscenes. We're in the beginning. on the start screen. And we're only getting, right now it's a cutscene, so I guess that's really not that bad for a card from 2006. That's pretty low end, and the only fans you're hearing right now are probably the floor fans, so that kind of sucks, but let's see if I can skip through some of this. It would help if I use Shift and Tab. There we go. Not too worried about all of that. It's going to show us if it can run or not right now. Right now it's not looking great. It's looking rough. It's probably at the lowest setting too. Alright. Let's see. And it's Shift Tab. Let's see. Options. Display. Okay. Everything's down low, yeah. The only thing we could do is do non-full screen. And that's, yeah, it's down pretty low. Alright, I know all this stuff already. Surprisingly, I think because it's sitting at 20 and it's not really dropping, it's not horrible, but there is a stutter. A slight stutter, yeah. Oh, yeah, actually, because it's not dropping below 20 and it's pretty steady at 19-ish. It's okay, I guess. It's still not great. It's not what I would consider optimal, but steadiness is nice, though. You don't really see that too often. Alright, so sick. I will probably try to run a little bit, do a little bit of that, this and that, get out of here, and hopefully oh, they're gonna beat me down. Oh, I actually might have to battle. You could pick up a chair. Alright, that's pretty cool. Sick. Oh man, okay. Oh, whoops. Jailbreak's not going too well. Oh, she's got something. I was hoping to get through that door. Alright, so you guys can see the FPS is way too low, probably, for most people. On the eye, it's not like extremely pleasant, I would say, but straight number, which is good. Alright, so we are going to get on to our next game. See if I can Shift Tab out. It's taking a little bit. Alright, Control Alt. There we go. Hopefully that'll do the job. Yep. Alright, so it did run Saints Row. It did not run well. This has actually been one I've been going back to regularly. I put this game in my my gameplay videos often because it's getting a little funner as I play it. So this is Retro City Rampage. Surprisingly, I'm not really, like I always say, I'm not really into the arcade games that much, but I tend to actually have a pretty decent time running through this. Maybe because it's simple, you know. You kind of know what you got to do. You just got to follow the arrows and play through, and there is a bit of a campaign and storyline, so that's kind of cool. Alright. And it plays on everything, almost, so. We are skipping through some of the story, but it is pretty heavy storyline based. So if you like storyline based games, this could be a good one for you. There you go, you can skip through a lot. So here we are. And you do get cash for running through everything. There we go. There we are. Alright. Oh. See there, I'm at 261, so I kind of like that. It says hit the ramp. There we go. Got a bonus. Destroy the car. Alright. Ooh, I hit myself. So we're shooting a car right now. Escape through the pipe. And then again, you just follow through the storyline. Play through. Yeah, Retro City Rampage runs great. You won't see it. You really haven't seen it drop under 60, so that's where it's at. Pretty solid, well optimized game. And we're going to get on to our next game. Here we go. Alright, we got Retro, just to kind of play somewhere. I think Shadowrun is definitely not going to run. It might need a DVD or game disc, so. Alright, I'm not too worried about that, so that we'll put to the side. Yeah, it's going to ask for that. Can we run Shock 2? System Shock. See if it'll run the program. I've been having issues with System Shock in general through most of all my stuff, even like Windows 11 stuff. You could buy the game, I'm pretty sure, but I haven't really had any luck with either of the System Shock, so it just is what it is. Alright, so that's not going to work because it needs a CD, so that's out of the options for what we have. We do have a couple games though, which is pretty cool. It's going to be another one. We do have a couple options to play. It's going to be another game. Alright. Flat out, we shouldn't really have an issue, you guys see. This might actually be the perfect card for this game. Flat out 2, we might have some difficulties, but we'll see. And there is some pretty good music on both of these flat outs. Definitely pretty good. Yeah, it's still in a different language, so it's fine. We'll figure it out. This game is partial controller support. So what that means is basically the ooh, we got 60 FPS. You get some controller support only within the game as you're playing it, but not in like a start menu. So your start menu, you do not. You have to kind of press through. But during game, when you're actually in the car, you can use a controller. Now you might have to, you know, set it up to work for, in my case, Vista. So there we go. Alright, so we're getting a solid, almost a solid 60 FPS, kind of dropping in a little bit here and there, but see how this jump is about to go. Oof. Drop down to 59, so you could run this on the Intel APU, I believe. One of the older, is it XMA? It's been a little while, but right directly on the board, so some of the older APUs, so Pretty crazy. It doesn't run very well on them though. It overheats quite a bit. It will definitely heat up your motherboard. Alright, so we see flat out 1 is perfect. Occasionally, flat out 2 gives us some issues. Occasionally. But sometimes flat out 2 actually runs better. So we're going to see how this works. Let's see if I can... There we go. Same thing. This flat out 1, this one ran pretty good. Flat out 2, like I said, it does normally run better. Okay. I'm going to keep it in a 4x3 to keep it original. Alright. Like I said, the music's really good. I don't know. Hopefully the music's not playing over everything. I think Flat Out 2 was really like the peak, and there's games that try to replicate it, and it just never gets that close. There we go. Get into a little derby. Not really too worried. We're gonna try to see how our FPS goes. Alright, so Flat Out 2 is actually pretty rough. Yeah, so far it's pretty rough. We're looking at under 20 FPS. This you could actually tell. Oof. There is a lot of carnage, if you guys know Flat Out carnage. Yeah, it's a lot of carnage on this one as well. Oof. Not only is there a lag, but there's like input lag or whatever from my keyboard and mouse, which makes it even worse. Go. So yeah, this is Flat Out 2's pretty much unplayable, I would say. This isn't very enjoyable. Still a great game, but for the 7300GS, this is definitely one of the ones I'd probably pass on for that. Alright, and let's get moving on to the next game. Let's try to find something. Let's see what else we got. We have a list of games today, luckily. I've been trying to just increase the amount of games we play in these, because it's supposed to be like a benchmark, but really it ends up being like a partial. I don't really like that. But these games, they take forever. Not the games, but the actual setups of these systems, even though they should be really easy, they end up taking like a really long time most of the time. So it's always rough. Yeah, let's go over to our folders, file folders. Computer. There we are. Alright, so I use a DRM-free setup, which is GOG. So I bring all my games from GOG, which it's like Steam, but DRM-free. So you don't have to worry. You don't really need GOG on the actual system. You could still play the games, and you don't need discs. So it's friggin' sick. This is why a lot of these games should run as long as, they can run. So this game probably won't run, but we're going to see what happens. If it breaks the game, it breaks the game. Alright, not supported by your graphics card. So it's just simply too new, the game. It's not supported, so that's fine. We kind of figured that would be the hardest one. This one, alright, you need x86. You need a 64-bit version of Vista at the minimum. Okay. Fallout 2 we should be able to run, so we can kind of run through that real quick. That's configuration, I think. Here we go. Yep, so I don't know if I showed this in the previous video, so we were actually able to take the old capacitors off that were blown off out of this 7300 GS, and we just replaced them. I think we found some online. I actually might even have them over here. Let me see if I can grab them real quick. I'm pretty sure these were the replacements. I'm not going to say the exact numbers on these because I have so many capacitors, but we literally, basically, you're looking for some of these capacitors. You want the exact number. It has to be the exact polarity, so you don't want to switch up the positive and negative. It ended up being pretty easy, just a little bit of a, a little bit of a learning curve. That was one of my first, I would say, graphics cards that I've switched out the capacitors, or my first capacitor change. Let's see, because I actually did have to switch capacitors on the motherboard that we were using just before my Windows 7 setup. Okay, and that just, it's fine. Oh, okay. Alright, so I have to use all these, probably for the best, to be honest. I'm just going to kind of use them random right now. And probably lockpick, alright. But yeah, on the one motherboard, you haven't changed your player name, uses character anyways. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, my one motherboard, I was able to change out the graphic. Oh, what is going on? I was able to change out the capacitors on the graphics card as well as the motherboard. I changed out a transistor on the one graphics card. That actually worked out pretty well. You know, I've noticed this in some. This could be the graphics card. I've noticed this in some games when they go over to newer, when they get brought over to newer operating systems, they tend to have that issue. It's like an artifacting, kind of, but not really. There we go. Guess we just walk past it. Like, this is literally where I got stuck. Oh. Oh yeah, we're wrecked. There we go. Alright. So that we have to end a turn. Okay. It was like turn-based attacks. And that we should have enough for. Okay. Now I don't think... See, I mean, this is an older game. It does run, but we have that weird configuration setup where it looks like it's artifacting in the beginning during cutscenes. So probably has to do with it probably needs a bug fix or something along those lines for this, for Windows Vista if I were to guess. Alright, that one does seem to work. We're going to go on to the next. Okay. Alright, so that was Fallout 2. Flat out we did. Hitman. Let's do Hitman 1 first, and then we'll get over to Hitman 2. Blood Money. Okay. There we go. Let's open that up. These are some of my favorites. I had these on the disc back in the day, so pretty good. The intros might be long, so that's going to be a thing, but we'll see. Okay, see what we got here. Okay. It's probably, hopefully, are going to be the nicer games that we could play, because a lot of these games haven't been playing all too nice, but let's see. This game, I think I had these games running on the, I feel like we had these running on Windows XP, so let's see. It's probably not going to be, it's going to be new. See how it looks so far. We're not looking too good. Graphics. We're getting 12 FPS. There we go. Still not good, but okay. Is there 800 by 600? Yeah. Try that. See how that goes. Put the resolution down a little bit so it's a little easier on the card. Okay. Alright, accept changes, and we're going to back up and start. This is on super low settings. I like the lighting and the visual, so that's cool. This is what I was talking about, guys. It's an older, so it's Intel GMA X3500. It's an older motherboard integrated graphics solution released in August 2007 as part of the Bear Lake G35 chipset. I'm pretty sure it was pretty common. I've used it to play Flatout 2 before and Flatout 1. It was really rough. Didn't play very well. So 7300 is probably just slightly ahead of it, I would assume. Not by much. Not by much. But yeah, just as reference, I guess. Doesn't play much better than, oh crud, look what it's doing. Doesn't play much better than that integrated bit there. Alright. Joseph Clarence. See if we can get into a little movement on the ground if it lets us. Okay, this training level will introduce to you the various skills and techniques required to effectively undertake the mission ahead. Alright, so this is something I'm probably just Gonna have a hard time paying attention to. The action menu is displayed the upper left corner. The action is displayed here. There's our health, weapon, ammo, compass. Alright. Let's just get out of that. Let's figure it out. There we go. So we know our run already, which is good. Oh! You know what we got on us here. A little assassin wire. The game's playable, but again, I mean, this is like as bare bones as it gets for this game. You really want a little bit more quality. I'm sure they probably even have the an enhanced edition of this game that looks even better than this. Wait for the guard. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, he went inside, I believe. Let's see. Oh no, he's right here. Oh shit. Alright. It's nice because you can kind of like creep around. Open the door and then peek a little. Oh shit. Oh, whoa. SPC, I don't know what that is. I think I grabbed it. Hmm. Alright, it says enter the theater. I'm assuming that is the theater. Yeah, this is the theater here. What in the world? Climb up the red trails. Yeah, this game plays pretty well. That's Hitman. I believe this is Blood Money. We could probably try the second one just to see what happens. Nice. And here we go. Oh, just press enter. Okay. Picking a lock. Shit. That works. Dispose of the gangsters. Oh, man. Alright, so that's where we'll call it right there. There's a little bit of cash there. Sweet. And we're going to get on to our next game. Okay. After messing with the settings a little bit, it worked. So I do think that the second one should still work. So I don't. I feel like the graphics weren't that much different, but it might. It might not work. Let's see. Let's see right now. All right. So we were playing Hitman 2. And this kind of thing, I think it was on PC, but I'm pretty sure like the platforms, there was probably no change in platform, so the graphics, I mean, they could get better, but there was no, as far as console wise, I forget if I think it was on PS1, probably somewhere along that era, and PS2 as well, probably PS2, but I don't believe it ever. At this point, it didn't cross over to like PS3, so that would make it a little easier to run, and the graphics couldn't have been extremely crazy at that point, unless it hit. Once it hits PS3, I think this card definitely has a lot of issues with that era. Oh yeah, Silent Assassin. I think this is my one of my favorite ones, definitely. Start menu feels really clean. Okay, just look at the lighting real quick, see how it looks. Thought it was an apple, probably a tomato. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, this one was good. And I think it's better optimized too. It actually runs really well. I'm gonna try to skip through a lot of this. Got to find some tools, I believe, to do anything. There we go. Move forward a little bit. Figure out where that there was. I think there was like a shed somewhere that's got a some of the tools I need to use. Yeah, it runs really well. That just says look through keyhole, so I gotta go to the confession. See where it's at. Door's locked. Hmm. Oh, Alright, I backed up over here again. Let's see where we have to be. It could be one of these. No. There we go. Yeah, this game was a little nuts. Definitely interesting play. Doors locked. Alright, so we found the parcel. May as well save, I guess. Actually, I'm not even too worried. We're gonna quit out. Alright. Sure, press yes. Alright, let's see what our next game is gonna be. We're gonna try Just Cause. I don't think it's gonna work. We're gonna try it. There we go. Oh yeah. Rough start so far. Rough start. Okay. Let's go video. We'll try the heat haze. We're gonna put it on low though, because it's probably gonna need to be on low. Alright. It says changes need to be set first, so we have to. Oh, I think we have to exit out first to set the changes. Okay. Alright. Start a new game. We're playing Just Cause. Let's see how this runs. So far, we're doing pretty good. We're gonna keep this one pretty short, I think. There we go. Okay. We ain't deploying nothing. I guess we deployed. Did we? Oh, we might have missed it. Might have missed our drop. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. We're 400 meters off of the coast. Man, I almost want to restart just to try that drop again. I should have pressed the parachute when I could have. Definitely messed that one up pretty bad. Right, so we're sitting at 35 FPS, 34. See what's going on once we get there. Nope. Oh, okay. Hopefully I can't shoot anything in the water. If I can get on the ground. Okay. It's probably my teammate right there. Yeah, it's probably my teammate. He's not dying. Is it? Yeah, this game runs pretty good. Just cause 1. Actually, probably could beat this game at this level. Wow. See if we can ride these cars. Used vehicle. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't played this. That's really cool. The whole time I was shooting my teammate. That's just something. All right, let's get it. All I got to do is be in like the general area, and I think it shoots. Go. Yeah, just kind of aim in that general location. That's not too bad. All right, so you guys see this game Just Cause plays really well on the lower settings. I think I have the haze on or whatever that setting was because I figured that would be pretty cool. The sun haze, I think it's called. But otherwise, runs pretty well. We're not going to be doing Mafia 2. We did Warband. Didn't work too well. I think we could do. Yeah, we could do the rest of these three. I don't think The Witcher is going to work, but let's see if we can get these going. Okay. I think this is Painkiller. We're going to find out right now. Yep. Painkiller Black Edition. This is actually one we have on disc, but I figured it would just be so much easier just to get it on GOG and then play like that. Okay. Alright, so we're skipping a lot. Let's see what happened. Okay. Alright, so like I said, this is an older game. Really thought this game would run better, to be honest, but it is one of the older cards that I have put in a system and just try to test out. I mean, for me, it doesn't really matter what tech we use. Could be old, could be new, just for the videos, pretty much for the video purposes. Because this isn't going to be like a main rig for me, unless like it was a Windows 95, or I still haven't got the Windows 95 rig going. If you guys remember, I don't think I'm going to be getting it going. I tried my best to put it together. We've tried there's like really easy operating systems where you could set it up and it's like supposedly stress free, but you still have to be able to format the drive correctly for Windows 95, and it's actually pretty complicated, I thought. We got close. I got very close to setting up a Windows 95 computer, and I just couldn't get it. Maybe if I bought all the floppy disks, I picked up one or two, and it wasn't the full kit. It was just one or two, so pretty much not good. That's a little checkpoint there. So that was a little unfortunate, but we do what we can. We're figuring it out little by little. You guys can see Vista. We got XP. And so far, I think the XP install was the hardest, but XP has been a very solid operating system to use. This one's been a little bit, Vista's been a little bit of a pain, but I think we've had so many issues with Windows 11 playing with these older graphics cards, with these legacy cards, these HD cards. There's just so many problems. It really shouldn't be that way, but I had to switch my test bench for these older cards because there's just too many issues. We need drivers that work. And in our case, XP, Vista, Windows 7, the drivers are just more likely to work with these older cards. So even the legacy HD cards and NVIDIA cards too, with the older NVIDIA stuff. Oh! That's also kind of why we've been slowing down a little bit. We'd like to keep ramping up, putting out videos faster, and then some of the videos could take a full day on the download, and then we come back to it later on, and it's just a mess sometimes. But this actually, luckily, was one of the easier ones. We kind of plugged it into our Vista rig, downloading some of the drivers, and that was about it. I mean, we came into like little hiccups. We did have to completely rebuild the Vista rig because our test bench was not working. Our Windows 7 test bench decided it needed internet to set up the operating system fully, so that was kind of rough. But it was asking for verification for the certification, I guess, for it. You need to be online for it, I guess, so is what it is. Alright, so this game plays very well. We're gonna get on to our next game. You guys see Painkiller worked very well. This one, I think this is gonna be a toss-up. But we're gonna see. It's The Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition. I haven't played this game in forever. I remember it being really good. Will it actually load? Probably not, but we're gonna see. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There we go. Let's try this one. There's two launchers. No, I don't think it's working. And that's GOG right there. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Alright, we'll try Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. I think we'll have more luck with this. But let's see right here. This is going to be our final game. So hopefully make it last, make it work. Like I said, this game will not run with this graphics card without setting the video quality to some different to the native of that graphics card. So just make sure you set natively, otherwise it might give some issues. Oh, player alias. Go. Can't create a profile. Please select your connection type. If you're unsure, we don't need internet for this. All right. Oh, you might. This could be an online only game. But will I be able to do a local game? I might. I think this is a local game. Yeah, this is just a local game. Match begins in 50 seconds. It's only going to be me there, so it's just going to be a local. If I were to guess based on spectating, this game probably runs pretty well. If I were to guess, but I'm not sure. You never know until you play. Hopefully it'll get us in there. And this, like I said, this is going to be our last game for the 7300GS NVIDIA graphics card. Yep, so hopefully we can get in there and at least shoot something. That'd be good. Alright. Let's see. And we got a tank. Oh! Should let us in. Let's see. No? Oh, I start here, don't I? There we go. Okay, we're in. It's a little different than our usual. Um, yeah, our usual for this game. Usually you're playing, and it's not like a massive multiplayer type game. A lot of them, the Wolfensteins, are mostly story based, I believe. But see how it goes. And they got a face for when you shoot. Okay. Oh, new weapons, different weapons you find. There we go. A reload animation. Yep, doesn't play bad. You're near the main entrance. Oh, that you have to put a charge on. I don't know if I have a charge. Screwed up with this one. Oops. Alrighty guys, so thank you guys for watching again, and watching these videos. I love all the support. Please like and subscribe. Also check out our sponsor Dubby. Show you guys right here. They have a lot of these energy drink powders. They serve up to 30. Come in bundles. They sell apparel. This is one of my favorite, actually, the Japanese yuzu. I have to buy another bottle. I also am just running out of my hydro sampler, so this is one of my hydro samplers. Completely pretty much out. I think I got like one more bottle left, so I'm gonna have to pick up another one of those. Yeah, we'll go over some of the ones I like that I've tried. So Tiger's Blood, we like Tiger's Blood. It's like a coconut strawberry kind of. I haven't tried Mango Drops. I'd like to try that. Sour Gummy. All these I kind of want to just to try, see if they're good. They're probably pretty good. I really like the Retro Rainbow. I have that one as well. You know, I'm starting to get a little collection going, as you guys can see. Here's a retro sherbet. I keep calling it the Rainbow Sherbet. Really good. Let's see if I can find some other ones here. We got the Japanese Yuzu. They have a lot of discounts. I actually have a 10% code. Just put in party 10 at the end, and you'll get a 10% off code. Use my link, and you'll be able to get that 10%. So yeah, I see there's a s'mores, and they do a lot of like anime crossovers, which is kind of cool. Here we go. I have not tried any of these. I actually did try a Chef's Choice. I forget exactly which one I received. I might have. I think I don't think I received Tiger's Blood. I think I received Japanese Yuzu from the Chef's Choice. So that was a pretty good pick on the Chef's Choice tub. Get a little bit of a kind of like a random mystery flavor for that, and it was actually really good. These hydros, they had the hydros, but they were selling them in the little packs. Now they sell them in a nice little a bit larger of a container, and I drank a lot of these. I really like the hydros a lot. Caffeine free, so the hydros are caffeine free, and the regular do have caffeine, but it's jitterless, so that I like about this. Natural flavors. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Thanks again for supporting, and hope to see you guys in the next video. I will talk to you guys soon. I'm out.